Yo, what's going on guys? Arekkz here, and today I want to talk about Blackout, Call of Duty Black Ops 4's Battle Royale mode. It is an awesome addition to the game. Battle Royale as a game mode is incredibly good fun, but it's also one of those modes that can be quite tricky when it comes to bringing home the victory. So in today's video, I thought I'd put together 7 handy tips that'll hopefully help you up your BR game and ideally bring home that W. So if you guys do enjoy this, do find it helpful, then a like would be super appreciated. If you have any more tips you would like to share yourself, by all means drop them down below. If you guys want a chance to win a Spider-Man PS4 Pro, don't forget to enter the giveaway, which is linked in the description box below. And if you don't want to miss any of our latest uploads, don't forget to click that notification button so you're updated every time we upload a new video. Now, kicking things off at number 1, how to land as fast as possible. Landing as fast as possible is incredibly important in a game like Blackout because it gives you an edge over the other players. If you can land first, you can start looting first, and then if you loot first, you've got a chance to find those weapons, which will invariably help you deal with the people that will probably come knocking on your door. Now, from our time testing, the best thing to do is to drop out the helicopter as soon as possible, and then while holding forward, you want to look down at the ground and go into a dive. Once the indicator on the right hand corner of the screen has reached around 68 to 70, you then want to level yourself out in the direction that you want to go. Doing this allows you to retain some of the speed that you just built up from your dive, making you go much faster in your chosen direction. It is important to continue holding forward to maintain that speed, but it's also important to make sure you don't angle yourself upwards too much, otherwise you're going to stall and then all that speed you just built is going to be lost. But then once you're over your destination, you then want to start diving towards the ground because doing so will make you pull out your parachute as fast as possible. Moving on from there to number 2, using concussion and 9-bang grenades. The grenades in Blackout are incredibly powerful. In the case of the concussion grenade, they will disorient or slow your enemies, and for the 9-bang, it can flash your enemies up to 3 times. You can hold on to a 9-bang before you throw it, which will then gradually charge it up to a maximum of 3 charges, and each of those charges is essentially a flash. These grenades will then allow you to take on enemies by surprise, allowing you to turn an otherwise bad engagement into something in your favour. Take on multiple enemies and hopefully get the upper hand on the enemies who are better equipped than you. The last thing you want to do is go into a fight where your equipment isn't necessarily that great, and then of course you're going to be on the back foot. But something like this can genuinely turn the tide of battle, or at least can kind of give you the chance to get the drop on someone, and then of course go over and steal their loot, and you're the one with the better gear. After that, number 3, perks to look out for. Now, there are plenty of perks to choose from in this game, but from our time playing, then there's a few that you definitely want to look out for. It's usually a good idea to use most perks as soon as you pick them up, because they tend to have a small timer before they kick in and you can then activate them. And they also take up precious inventory, so, you know, the faster you can use them, the better. The ones that we like so far are mobility, which allows you to move, mantle and swap weapons faster. It negates full damage and allows you to fire your weapon and use equipment while sprinting. It also lets you move faster while reloading, and it lets you reposition easier, as well as dodge incoming fire a lot more effectively. It allows you to sprint incredibly fast, as well as mantle and climb through windows quickly, so basically it's just your ninja perk. It allows you to move really quickly, and in a game like this, when you're crossing open lands, or you're just trying to make sure you don't get shot by that guy hiding in a bush with a sniper, this is going to come in super handy. You also have Looter, which lets you see nearby loot drops through walls. It's useful for finding good loot and loot stashes through buildings, and it's good for early game, making the kind of early looting process much more efficient. You have Skulker, which lets you move faster while crouched or prone. Your crouch speed matches your sprinting speed, which means you can move around without making much noise, and of course also hopefully not getting your head shot off if you're kind of walking past a wall. And it also allows you to increase the speed that you crawl at whilst you're down, which can help you get to safety in the times that you need to be revived. You then also have Dead Silent, which makes your footprints near silent, and it allows you to sprint around whilst keeping quiet. And if you then pair that with mobility, it becomes even better, since you can basically run around incredibly quickly and quietly. And then finally, Paranoia. This will play a directional audio cue when an enemy aims at you, and it's useful for letting you know if you're about to be shot. However, it can be a bit unreliable at times, so you don't necessarily want to rely on it as your lifeline, but if you are kind of walking into a new area or you're trying to sort of cross an open land, it might just tell you that you either need to get down or you need to start running. After that, in at number 4, weapons to look out for. Now, there are obviously plenty of weapons to choose from in this game, and truth be told, if you're in a situation where you don't have a weapon, then anything you can pick up is going to be good. But if you do want a few recommendations for things to look out for, then you have the Vapor XKG, one of the most powerful assault rifles in Blackout. It's fully automatic and has one of the best damage outputs, so it's a good all-round weapon. You have the Maddox RFB, not quite as good as the Vapor damage-wise, but the gun is incredibly stable, which of course allows you to keep pressure on enemies if you're firing at longer ranges. And you have the ICR-7, one of the other incredibly good assault rifles. It's also very accurate, allowing for much longer range pressure than the Vapor, but it also has decent damage output, and it's probably my personal favourite one so far. Then moving on from there to number 5, golden weapons and attachments. Now, attachments of course drastically increase the efficacy of your weapons, with scopes allowing you to aim better, magazines allowing you to increase your ammo capacity and your reload speed, other attachments that of course increase your stability, handling of a weapon, that kind of stuff. While each of these boosts are individually small, a fully kitted weapon is much more effective than a bare bones one, and it can also often be the deciding factor in a gunfight. Golden weapons are guns that can usually be found in loot stashes, supply drops, and sometimes rare loot spawns, but they come fully equipped with attachments and are very powerful from the get-go. It's unclear if the guns themselves are any better to their non-golden counterparts, however, from the testing we've been able to do so far, they seem to be the same, but they're just basically the ultra kitted out versions. Golden guns are of course always useful, because if you don't like the specific gun, you can also strip it for the attachments, which, as mentioned before, will give your guns a big boost. So it kind of goes without saying, if it's shiny, if it's gold, you probably want to go and pick it up. Moving on from there to number 6, using your grappling hook. You can use the grappling hook to quickly scale buildings and structures in order to get a better angle on your enemies, but it can also be used to move quickly in ways that your enemies won't expect, such as through windows, over counters, and even from the water to solid ground. So definitely something good to use in a pinch. And then finally, in at number 7, using your wingsuit to survive big falls. You can redeploy your wingsuit to avoid taking fall damage from large falls. In order to do so, you have to sprint towards the edge that you want to jump down, and then hold down the jump button. If done correctly, you'll then begin gliding. However, it is important that you get a sprinting start, otherwise you're just going to fall. But again, if you're in a situation where you're being chased down by enemies and maybe you just want to like jump off a dam or something, or jump off a bridge, then this could save your life. So there you have it, those are our 7 tips to hopefully help you bring home those victories when you are playing Blackout. Again, if you guys have any more tips yourself, by all means share them down below, but for the time being, that is pretty much it. Be sure to keep it locked for much more from Arekkz Gaming. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to check out some more awesome stuff from us here at Arekkz Gaming, then you should definitely try to catch TwoSixNine and Paradise Central streaming 6 days a week. You can find a link to the multi-stream in the description box down below. They play a wide range of games, and what's more, we also have the end game store. By watching their streams, you earn currency, and you can redeem that currency on the end game store for really cool prizes. Those can range from things like games, comics, and figures, all the way up to controllers, capture cards, and even consoles. So definitely drop by and become part of the community. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure you're subscribed and be sure to click on that little bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss our next upload. You can watch more videos by clicking on the options here, but once again, thanks very much for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.